Hello everybody, this is Blimpo1234 coming at you with more Rainbow Six Siege tutorials. We're doing specific operators, but I will also give tips and tricks on the map. I always go main entrance. That's my forte. So when you're doing the plane, the presidential plane map, you're always going to want to do main entrance. So today we are going to be learning about Sledge and Thatcher, I believe. I always go with the L85 and the SMG with a frag grenade. That's the perfect loadout because the shotgun is great if you're by yourself, but the shotgun has a lot of... it's got that high recoil, so you have more of a tendency to hit your teammates, and then that just causes problems. So what I like to do is you come up here, and then you aim. Now, you can see enemies through the windows, which a lot of people don't really realize. You can't shoot them through the windows, but you can see them. You can also see people's feet. So I know there's a guy there. So you aim a little up, you shoot, and he's dead. That'll push him back. You come in, and you break. The guy will come forward, and you hit. Now, they don't always walk towards you. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So then what you're going to do is you're going to lean and you're going to want to check down the hallway because there's usually almost always a guy down there. So after you hit him a couple of times, he moves. You just got to run the corner and shoot, and they'll start freaking out. Now I just eliminated 4 of the guys off the bat. You might lose a little health, sometimes you don't. It's alright. Now with Sledge, you get the frag grenade. The frag grenades help because you can like, if you look under a door, you can sometimes see equipment. Now, I'm doing a T-hunt. They almost always do nitrocells, barbed wire, and deployable shields. You can roll the grenade in, and it'll clear out any equipment. Then you go and you use his breaching hammer. That'll instantly take out any soft barricade. Then you're going to want to peek and kill. Now, what you do realize is, if you're ever on this map and you're defending in this area, you can shoot through this desk. So you shoot through the desk and you can actually get hit. So if anybody's hiding back here, you can get a good cheeky kill from that. Also, I would recommend, if you're attempting to do some spawn kills, you can't actually physically shoot through this with glass. Use it as a sightseer. Just be cautious because they can see you. Now, normally, I would recommend breaching this. You want to do it over there, but a good spot is you can do it here, and they're going to expect you to be lower. So what you do is you stand up, and they're shooting at your legs instead of your head. So what I do is I then come right around the corner. There's usually guys in here. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Depending on if there's barbed wire here or something, you can get it. Now, if you hear beeping like that, that usually indicates a nitrocell. Now, they can be placed in cheeky spots. They can be placed... You can shoot the nitrocell and it will not blow up. Normally a nitrocell is only effective if the operator is still alive. Now that was the tutorial with Sledge. Now remember, you always want to go with his L85 and his SMG and the frag grenades. Now we're going to move on. I'll show you a different map and I will pick a different operator. Now this one, I would recommend going rooftops. You always want to try to go rooftops on this one because it eliminates spawn kills. You can get good spawn kills yourself, and there's a lot of cheeky little hiding spots you can go to. Typically, I would play Amaru on this, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to go in order. Now, I personally like the AR-33. You can also go with the L85. You're going to want to go with his PK sidearm and breaching charges And then he naturally, what he comes with is he comes with EMP grenades. The only person that can counter Thatcher is Jaeger with his anti. He has anti like grenades, like anti-deployables. Now you can usually just perch yourself up here, and there's usually. Now this is a T-hunt, keep in mind, so there's usually some idiots running around. Sometimes you get idiots down there trying to go into the doorways, but this gives you a good sight point. Now typically you'd want an ACOG with that, but you don't need an ACOG. I recommend the red dot sight. If you have a semi-automatic, like a DNR or something, you definitely are going to want an ACOG on that, and I even use the ACOG. I don't personally prefer the ACOG. Now, if it's a Call of Duty game, I would, but because it's not as zoomed in, I like the reticle style. Now, that's a good spawn kill point. Like, you see there's a guy there. So, usually, if you try to breach here, you're usually going to want to have a second guy to come on over here, because there's typically somebody waiting right there for you. Bomb is actually a pretty nasty game mode to play on this, simply because there's two objectives and there's a lot of little rooms. Now, a good tip is, if there's usually guys held up in here and they're holding you back here, whatever, go here. If you crouch and you whack out this bottom corner, you can see in the room. You can also get a grenade back there behind that counter. Right about there. So, as you can see, I could ping all the way through, so there's no glass there. So you can shoot through these. You'll usually get a guy hiding back here. Now what you can do is, you can breach this. I wouldn't recommend doing it because there's a door and a window right there. Now there's a lot of times people put Velc cameras on that eyeball. So I would recommend checking for those. If you're spotted in here, there's never really any cameras up here because that's just how the game is wired. So they usually put it there, or they'll put it on the black part of the eye.
What do the Valve cameras do?
Valkyrie cameras are just cameras. They're 360-degree rotating colored cameras, but they are just camouflaged to enemies. Now, when you're using Thatcher, I would always recommend, if you know, like for example, if that's the objective, throw that in there. That eliminates all electronics. It'll eliminate their sights. So the red dot, the dot won't be there. The holographic won't be there. It really can screw with them. Now, be careful for guys coming up behind you, like this guy did. Now you're in the middle of a firefight, so always switch to your secondary. It's a lot faster to reload, so all you have to do is this, and you're reloaded. Once you know that there's nobody around, go back and reload your secondary, and always hit X again. You get that extra bullet. Trust me, it'll save your life. Now, you want to be cheeky. You want to do whatever you can to be annoying and you know, whatever. So say you get the bomb in this next room, you just breach here. You could deploy a breaching charge and run around. That'll get them occupied and distracted on that, while you can run down and take out anybody else. You can't shoot through any walls with brick on it. But what you can do is, you can wallbang off of it. So, if I were to stand here and shoot, there's a good chance that it will bounce back and hit. Do be cautious though, because you can hit your teammates doing this. Another good thing I would recommend doing is, I would recommend finding a little niche or a corner, and if you are pinned down or something, and you don't know where the guy is, throw your drone. Now you obviously risk doing that. But yes, so this was this was Blimpo1234 coming at you with a tutorial of Sledge and Thatcher. I will be posting videos every other day. If you have any recommended, put it in the comment below. And also I want you to put down in the comments below your favorite Rainbow Six Siege operator. Thank you, and this is Blimpo1234 signing out.